Hello. This is Tez of the Unknown, and I'm here with another reaction. This one is when Michael Jordan humiliated his one biggest trash talker from Mike Korzemba. He has amazing videos. Y'all people should go and check it out. If it has anything to do with basketball, he's the guy for sure. I've been a big Michael Jordan fan since as far as I can remember. I think I've said this before in an earlier video. One of the most lasting memories I ever had. One of the first ever lasting memories I've ever had as a kid was Michael Jordan hitting his final shot as a Chicago Bull to give them their 6th championship against the Utah Jazz. Michael Jordan's been that guy for me. I wish I really would have watched him watched him live. Instead, sometimes I have to look up on YouTube and see some games that he had, and the documentaries and stuff like that. And love Space Jam, by the way. Come on, Space Jam's the best. One of the top movies for me from the 90s. But man, you just, I don't know. Michael Jordan just has this thing about him, this aura that you can't describe. And I don't think there's been nobody, I don't care who it is, from past or present, and dare I say future, that will ever have the same kind of aura that Michael Jordan has. Watch The Last Dance. You know how much important winning is to him, and just how far he's willing to go to get it done. And anybody who's got anything to say about that, when he's playing, he'll make you pay for it. And that's one of the things I love most about him, is his killer instinct, is to go in and go for the jugular and then stomp on the neck. So let's go ahead, and I'm really interested to see this video. So let's go ahead and just jump right into this. Here we go.
In his career, Michael Jordan has given us some of the best trash talk moments of all time. But nothing is better than these 10 stories where an opponent tries to step up to Mike and then is absolutely humiliated as a result. Starting with Nick Anderson.
So before I totally start, I've heard maybe a few of these. Not all of them, but I heard a few of them because of the, especially the B.J. Armstrong one from The Last Dance. Bradford Smith, I've heard about that one. Maybe Nick Anderson, I may have heard, but I'm not sure. Let me see. I think I've heard of the Nick Anderson one. So let's check that one out.
We have our first batch of Jordan controversy, because this is one of the only times we watched prime Michael Jordan fail, at least at first, as it often gets forgotten that after his first three-peat in retirement, when Mike came back with his famous "I'm back" message to the league.
2 months later, and 9 days following his baseball retirement, Michael's hoop dreams were on the air once again.
"Quote unquote, I'm back."
He actually played a partial season in 1995, joining the Bulls for the last 17 games, but wearing the number 45 to honor his father, with Mike saying that he wanted his late father to see his last game playing in the number 23.
Who don't know, who are not basketball heads, and you don't know, Michael Jordan's father was killed by 2 men. They carjacked him. So sad, and they even were blaming Jordan for it, like the media saying that maybe it was because of his gambling issues or whatnot. And it was just, it's one of the reasons why he left the game. Mainly because his father, was killed, but and the love of the game was just gone. It's just also the media played a huge role in that. And that's one of the things that pisses me off sometimes. It's like the media will take one thing and just blow it up into something that's not until it becomes this really big thing. And so, yeah, if you watch The Last Dance on Netflix, shit, man. That shit, that fucking shit that Jordan had to deal with on a daily basis, just trying to play basketball, do the thing he loves most, and then he has to deal with all the expectations, all the cameras, just like, damn, man. It takes a strong person to go through that and still make it through to the other side.
Number 45, Michael Jordan, though, was extremely rusty when he came back. In his first regular season game, he shot 7 for 28 against the Pacers. In the regular season, he had the worst field goal percentage of his entire career.
Damn.
But by the first round of the playoffs against the Hornets, he did have a 48-point statement game 1. And the Bulls went on to win this first round series against the Hornets 3-1. So despite this sped up season, despite some struggles, many believed Michael Jordan and the Bulls were about to do it again. They were going to take the 95 championship and win 4 titles in 5 seasons.
Because it's Jordan. But I'm sorry stopping this video again, but for those who don't know, Jordan was playing baseball. For those of you who don't know, he played baseball to try to, find something to do with his life. He wanted to try baseball. I think he played it when he was younger. I'm not sure. But it was something he really wanted to get back to and just do that, even starting from the bottom up in the minor leagues and make his way to the major leagues and stuff like that. But yeah, when he decided to come back to basketball, he was still in that baseball shape. So it was hard for him to kind of get adjusted. As he said, 17 games in, and then you got the damn playoffs. So shit. But you see how much aura. Everyone still believed, even though Jordan wasn't in the greatest of shape, that because Jordan was there, they were still like heavy contenders to win it all again. When you're not even at 100% people still believe that you're still the biggest fucking threat. That's crazy.
Only. Round 2 was different because Chicago had a new enemy in the number 1 seeded Orlando Magic. The Magic had Shaq, who had just finished second in the MVP voting, Penny Hardaway, who was first team All-NBA that year, and Nick Anderson, who is the villain of our story. Jumping into game 1 of the series, both teams were looking to make a statement, and with 2 minutes left, the score was tied at 86, and it was clutch time. Penny would score for the Magic. Mike would miss 2 free throws from the Bulls. But Chicago got a stop. Scotty fed Mike for an N1 layup. Mike made the free throw. Chicago was leading, but only for a short while as Shaq got fouled on the other end and, surprisingly, made both of his free throws. But then we had a Tony Kukoc to Scottie Pippen connection. The Bulls not only led, but they got a stop. Now this is Chicago's game to lose, and Michael Jordan has the ball to dribble this one out.
Oh, damn. Jordan. Wow.
Yes, Jordan loses his dribble to Nick Anderson, the Magic convert, and then to win the game.
Nah, they was gonna get blocked though, but
Mike turns it over. If Jordan had thrown a good pass to a wide open cutting Scottie Pippen, the Bulls probably take this, but instead Chicago not only lost game 1, a game in which Mike shot 8 for 22, finished with 19 points, and had 8 turnovers in the process, but after this game, Nick Anderson was ready to hammer this defeat home. He infamously pointed out the number that Jordan was wearing and said, "Number 45 doesn't explode like number 23 used to. Number 45 is not number 23. I couldn't have done that to number 23." These were near fighting words for Michael Jordan, as he would aim for revenge immediately. When game 2 began,
after game 1 against the Magic, Nick Anderson said number 23 used to soar like a space shuttle, while number 45 revs up but isn't nearly as explosive.
Gone is 45, back from the rafters. is 23.
I just felt like 45 wasn't natural. I wanted to go back to the feeling I had with 23.
The NBA would actually fine him $100,000 for switching his jersey number mid-series, but on the court, the aura was out of this world. 23 was back. He did everything with 38 points, 7 rebounds, 4 steals, and 4 blocks in a clear revenge game win. Everyone was scared of him. Story's over, right? Wrong. Game 3 was tied late, but then the Magic went on a 9-0 run, and we had a 2-1 Magic series lead. The teams traded wins, and then in Game 6, the Bulls were now down 3-2 and needed a win to extend this series. And they were up by 8 points with 3 minutes left, but the Magic went on an overwhelming run and took the lead with under a minute to go. That is when Michael Jordan took the ball again.
Jordan, pull-up jumper inside to Longley.
Longley.
From Jordan. Can you believe it?
But guys, before we continue, I'm very excited to say that this video is sponsored by SeatGeek. With the NBA playoffs officially here, I want to be watching the... Shockingly, the Bulls, who had several chances to win this series, were sent home, becoming the only Bulls roster from 1991 to 1998 with Michael Jordan playing on it to not win a championship. It appeared that Nick Anderson had gotten the last laugh here. Only, Jordan did not stop here. The entire next season was a revenge tour. The 1996 Bulls would win a then record 72 games, but they also matched up with the Orlando Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals, and Nick Anderson's statement was still burning in Michael Jordan's mind.
bet it was.
Chicago would take Game 1 in a 38-point blowout. Then in Game 2, it was close again. The Bulls were down by 2 points with under 3 minutes left when...
Michael on the post up with Anderson and him. Baseline fadeaway.
One of the best fadeaways ever in the game.
Chicago would begin to clamp on defense, and now, up 5, Mike got the ball, and...
Mike's gonna give a damn ball. The pass goes well this time.
What a beautiful back by Scotty.
This time Jordan
Everything's in
executed.
sync now.
This time the Bulls got the win, and they didn't stop there. They swept this series and went on to win the championship. This was already enough revenge, but to make this worse for Nick Anderson, Anderson would lose the last 11 games he played against Michael Jordan in their careers, and to cap all of this off, in Game 4 of the Bulls' sweep against the Magic in the 96 Eastern Conference Finals, Michael Jordan had 45 points and was fouled late in the game, and as the story goes,
I never forget this, and you can go back and look at the stat sheet. Jordan had 2 free throws at the end of the game. He hit the first one, then missed the second one on purpose. He was like, what the f*** you doing? He got 45 on the scoreboard.
I'm not sure that type of arc can be topped, but in terms of irrationality,
That's
I think
another
Gary...
level of craziness right there. He left 45 up there, just for Nick Anderson's punk ass. 45. Hey, 45 ain't the same as 23. Your bitch ass got hung up on 45. Some bitch. Alright. No, let's say Michael's fucking petty as shit, and I'm here for it, man.
Payton's trash talk might just be the most irrational of this bunch. To show you what I mean, in the preseason of his rookie year, Gary Payton gave the Bulls 20 points, but he did the unforgivable. He started recklessly trash talking Michael Jordan in the process during a preseason game.
Yeah, I was talking to him in preseason. You know, I didn't know that.
Gary Payton gave the Bulls 20 points, but he did the unforgivable. He started recklessly trash talking Michael Jordan in the...
I like. It's like his big nut smile, like, I got you beat, Jordan. Jordan looking at him and said,
process during a preseason game.
Yeah, I was talking to him in preseason. You know, I didn't know that they don't play in preseason.
Right.
So I'm killing him. Had about 21. He played about 7-8 minutes.
So Payton claimed that he didn't know that vets were not trying in the preseason, which somehow gave him the confidence to trash talk a prime Michael Jordan. That is just irrational reasoning, but now Mike had to put a rookie in his place, as he often did. So before their first regular season, as Payton remembers,
he come to Seattle. First thing he get on the floor, he was like, the young fella, he mine. all night. And he bust his ass all night. And he's like, this ain't preseason.
MJ wouldn't shake my hand. He, Michael Jordan, turns to BJ Armstrong and says, leave the effing rookie to me, so everyone can hear. Payton then said that Phil Jackson called 6 plays in a row for Michael Jordan, with number 23 scoring at will at Gary Payton's expense. And the final stat line for this one was pretty humbling. In 21 minutes, Gary Payton put up a big time 2 points with 4 turnovers. Michael Jordan owned him with 33 points and 7 steals in just 33 minutes played, and walking off the court straight out of a movie. According to Payton, the following took place, quote, Jordan looks right at me and says, that shit you talking in preseason? The wild thing is, MJ isn't even mad or nothing. He's chewing his effing gum. This is the real shit right here. Welcome to the NBA, little fella.
The glove. I had no problem with the glove.
Possibly the greatest welcome to the league, you are my son moment ever. But I have a question for you. Why was Gerald Wilkins nicknamed the Jordan Stopper? A huge nickname, and in 1993, the Cleveland Cavaliers had a dream. But before we get to that dream, if you are enjoying today's video, if you are liking this content, it would be awesome if you could subscribe and turn on post notifications, only if you are enjoying this video though. But going back 1 year, in 1992, they had lost to the Bulls in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. They were only 2 wins away from going to the NBA Finals, and in that series, Michael Jordan went off for 31.7 points per game. So the Cavs believed if they could just stop Michael Jordan, they would win the Eastern Conference, which led to them signing Gerald Wilkins. Wilkins, who was known for his defense, was quickly dubbed by the media as the Jordan Stopper, a name that Wilkins embraced. Gerald Wilkins had earned the reputation of great defender by his effort, and he was given the chance to earn his nickname and take on this challenge in the second round of the 1993 playoffs. The Cavs again matched up against the Bulls, and the Jordan Stopper headlines flew. Mike would take notice, and in game 1, the Jordan Stopper and Jordan himself battled back and forth. The end result, 43 points from Michael Jordan, with Mike saying,
The Jordan Stopper had a tough time tonight.
I don't think I need to do anything different. He hit some big shots. I stayed in front of him most of the time.
But Wilkins was actually given one last chance to prove his nickname, as in game 4 of these playoffs, the Bulls and Cavs were tied, and the Bulls had the ball with a chance to win this game and this series when...
My mind started to think about all the other winning shots that I've made.
That's what's left in the game in the lower right-hand corner. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Once I stepped on the court, I had total confidence that I was going to make the shot.
1. Let's fly! Sunday! Yeah, it's Sunday! Bulls win again!
Known as the Shot 2, Michael Jordan not only sent the Cavaliers home, but he also dismantled Gerald Wilkins' nickname in the process. And overall in this series, whatever defensive strategy Gerald Wilkins was attempting, it did not work. Michael Jordan averaged 31 points per game against the Cavs again, but this time Chicago swept Cleveland. This retired the Jordan Stopper nickname. Now Gerald Wilkins is just known as Dominique Wilkins' little brother, which is lucky for Gerald because in 2025, the nickname Jordan Stopper would have been memed to death. Unfortunately for Derek Martin,
I would say this right now. If I was Dominique Wilkins, I'd say, hey man, don't be talking that shit to him like that, okay? Just go out there and pray to God that you don't get embarrassed. I would have done that if I was his big brother. I'd say, hey man, Jordan ain't someone to be fucking around with. Don't be saying or doing any stupid shit to him.
Cannot say he got as lucky, because our story with Derek takes us to a potentially historic game. On November 30th, 1995, the Grizzlies had a chance to pull one of the greatest regular season upsets of all time. That season, the Grizzlies would end with just 15 wins, and the Bulls would win a then record 72 games, which meant we had a biggest win margin of all time potential matchup, and on this night, it was the Grizzlies who were leading late. History was in the air when second-year guard Derek Martin decided he needed to learn a lesson in front of everyone, as his then teammate Antonio Harvey would remember.
So Derek decides, because there's about 10 minutes to go in the game and we're
10
winning.
Minutes. 10 minutes.
Shit's not falling tonight, Mike. You're having an off night, Mike.
Told you we're gonna whoop your ass tonight. Bill Jackson looks down the bench, like, what do you want to do? So Michael ties his shoe up and says, Little man, I told you about talking trash to me.
The Bulls were down by...
Come on, bro. Bro, it's 10 minutes. You act like you wouldn't have this all locked down. 10 minutes to go in the game against the greatest of all time, the GOAT. And you... Okay. Well, as Jordan said, it's better to talk shit when you're up. I mean, well, you know what? Never mind. Because they were up, and that's why he was talking shit. Never mind. Because Jordan says a test of a real man is a man when you talk shit when you're tired or when you're down. It's a reference to his Last Dance, to the Last Dance documentary.
6 points with 5.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter when Michael Jordan went to work, unleashing a beast inside of him. First we saw a jumper, then an insane finish at the rim, a steal, which led to a classic fall-away jumper from Mike in transition. The jumpers were not stopping. Next up, we had an end-one mid-range jumper. Then we had an actually classic, iconic fall-away jumper. And as this game wound down in the closing possession...
And if you watch the video, the last one he made to win...
Against Byron Scott.
He knocks down the shot. They go up by 6. He turns to the bench and says, "Shut up, you little
15 points in the last 6 minutes as Mike just turned Super Saiyan with a few words
Oh my
shouted.
God.
That is a
I
common
swear
theme in
there's
these
nobody
stories. Trash
in
talk
the
brings
NBA
out greatness in Mike,
that is
but
like
what happens
this,
after
man?
a player scores his career high on Mike? Let me introduce you to LeBradford Smith. One more.
Damn, man. Okay.
March 19th, 93,
Okay, I've heard of
could
this one.
almost
This
not
was,
physically
definitely
miss
the,
a basket. On that night against the Bulls, LeBradford shot
Last
15
Dance.
for 20 with a career-high 37 points. That would stand for the rest of his playing days. But after having the game of his life, LeBradford said...
LeBradford Smith, walking out of the gym, had said, "Nice game, Mike." And you knew that this wasn't going to go down well.
This was enough to ignite Mike, and with the rematch set for just the next night, suddenly the lead-up to this game was almost overkill. Reports came in that Jordan had come to shoot warm-up jumpers for the rematch hours early. His Bulls teammates, Rodney McRae and BJ Armstrong, found LeBradford before the game to tell him specifically that he was in trouble because, quote, "They told me Michael told them that everybody could take the night off. He would take this one."
He said,
Damn.
"Tomorrow in the first half, I'm going to have what this kid had in the game."
Jordan would then proceed to put on a show.
Jordan scores 36 in the first half.
Knocking down jumpers at will as he scored 47 points in the rematch. But the craziest part of the story was still to come. As it turns out, Mike just made this whole thing up. He was mad after LeBradford had scored a career high on him, so he created a fake story to hype himself and his teammates up. LeBradford didn't say anything, and still Mike came after him for his own revenge. So really, we cannot blame
like I said, that was on the Last
but we
Dance. I
can
just
blame
wanted to
Kevin
wait
Garnett
for everyone else to hear it. That is crazy. To do that shit, making up fucking stories, puppy. To be honest, sometimes though, I feel like sometimes I do that. Like when I'm working, or when I'm working on a project or something like that, and I just feel like if I feel like something's in my head and I can't get going, I don't know how to really explain it, but I feel like at times I make up these obstacles that I don't even need to fucking make up, but they just motivate me and piss me off even more, so I just go straight through it. So yeah, that's crazy. Okay.
What happened to him. As a rookie, Kevin Garnett was straight out of high school, and as his first season went on, he developed flashes of greatness. In his first 43 games before the All-Star break, KG shot under 41% from the field and averaged just 6.4 points and 4.2 rebounds per game in 21.1 minutes a night. But in the final 37 games of his rookie season, he looked like a promising young star with 15.1 points and 8.6 rebounds a game on 54.2% shooting. So KG in the second half of the season was a different player, and he was feeling himself when he was matched up against the Bulls on February 27th. Garnett specifically made it clear when telling the story that he had not slept and was feeling some kind of way because of this. We need to know that going in. We also need to know that J.R. Ryder was going off against Jordan specifically.
That's another way. Ryder goes
Oh, damn, Jordan, he got you.
Quarterback seeing against Randy Brown. Ryder on the baseline. Damn. Ryder lays it in. Lane gets it out to Terry Porter. Down the
baseline.
2 seconds on the shot clock. And he dunked on everybody.
Kevin Garnett would remember that as Ryder went off.
Getting back to the goal, I got about 70 people at the game, the hood in here. JR is having a good game. So as we come out the timeout, just I'm on, y'all. I was just like, keep killing that. Straight up, you have a good game, Joe. Keep going. As I'm walking off, Mike can hear me. And they stabbed me for about 15 seconds.
God, look at
that. There's 2 ways you can go in this. I'm in here.
Go back.
This was a 2-point game with
good game. So as we come out the timeout, just I'm on, y'all. I was just like, keep killing that.
Look at where he's looking at Bill Jackson.
Keep going. As I'm walking off, Mike can hear me. And they stabbed me for about.
Look at that shit. Like, look at him just looking, bro. He's like, bro, I swear to God, someone's looking at me like that. I'd be fucking sweating here. Like, damn, bro. It looks fucking intense right there. I gotta say, that looks fucking intense right there. I can only imagine having in real life, just like someone just looking at you like that. Like, either that shit gonna make me sweat bullets, or I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna have to hit somebody because you ain't staring at me like you want to hit me. But damn, Joe. That's one of the most intense stare downs I've seen. Shit, it's your coach, bro. Okay.
15 seconds. So I start to feel it. There's 2 ways you can go in this. Now I'm in here. I'm on.
This was a 2-point game with 1.5 minutes left in the third quarter, but Michael Jordan would end this quarter with 3 straight jump shots. Mike would then not let up at all to begin the fourth, and after a scoring rampage, the Bulls were now up by 16 points in the middle of the fourth quarter, and as Kevin Garnett remembers,
I can't even really describe the next 6 to 7 minutes of play, y'all. We get 2, not 1. 2 10-second calls. We down 25 now. It was just at 2. Mike had 18. He had 40 now. JR, myself, we ain't scored in about 4 minutes.
So a little bit of an exaggeration by Kevin Garnett here, but not much. They got absolutely steamrolled, and Kevin Garnett learned his lesson, later saying,
I was like, JR, my bad.
Oh, damn it. Ads.
My bad, dog. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. He like, it's cool, man. I told you, just shut your ass up, man. You're not fucking. Mike came down. Okay, young fella. Okay, damn, young fella, damn. Never talk shit like ever again in life.
But here is a new question. What happens when a former teammate goes at Michael Jordan? Well, in the second round of the 1998 playoffs, the Bulls were expected to dismantle the Hornets, but in Game 2, things were much closer than expected. And suddenly, down the stretch, it was B.J. Armstrong, once a player for the Chicago Bulls.
I will say this. If I felt like I got traded by a team I won championships with, and I felt like they traded me, and I was fucking killing them, I can't blame BJ for feeling himself though, because it's a thing when you go up against people that you've been so close with, and then you kind of feel like you got kicked out. I kind of understand it, so I'm not totally mad at BJ for being for what he does here. This is something I saw from The Last Dance, but bruh.
Now a bench player for the Hornets who had a chance to ice the game for the Hornets up 3.
DJ comes off the screen from Divac, starts to drive, stops. This would be big, and DJ's on the bench, and he loves it.
Armstrong made the shot and made a terrible mistake he should have known to avoid. Because as this shot went in, Armstrong, of course, went after Michael Jordan, and Jordan had 2 problems with this. The first was, quote, I felt like BJ should know better. If you're gonna high-five and trash talk, now I have a bone to pick with you. I'm supposed to kill this guy. To make this worse, though, Mike did not like the fact that BJ was only trash talking when he was winning. Later in the locker room, he would be filmed saying,
all that trash talking starts with 0-0 instead of 5-6 point lead. That's the sign of a good man if you can talk and even score.
We know Michael Jordan was trash talking right from the start in the very next game, as now
Like Vlad
fueled
Divac,
for
bitch
revenge, the Bulls were never in danger again. Mike went straight to BJ Armstrong, and Chicago won Game 3 by 14 points, Game 4 by 14 points, and closed out the series in Game 5 by 9. Jordan averaged over 30 points per game in the final 3 games of the series. BJ averaged 7. The only thing I could say is at least this happened early, and at least this trash talk did not lead to multiple championships like the trash talk of Brian Russell.
Bro.
Because back in 1994, Michael Jordan was retired and playing baseball.
The end of an era. Michael Jordan calls it quits.
That's right, Michael, right out here throughout the first pitch as the American League Championship Series began. Was it his father's death this summer? Was it the constant media hounding?
It seemed like he was no threat, and so Brian Russell thought he could go and have an honest laugh with Mike. Russell, John Stockton, and Karl Malone were all going through a workout that Mike just so happened to be in attendance for, and when they all got to talking, Russell said to Mike, "Why'd you quit? You know I can guard you if I ever see you in a pair of shorts." Pause, a little bit of a questionable line. This innocent comment stood out so much to Michael Jordan that he brought this story back up during his Hall of Fame speech.
So when I did decide to come back, Brian Russell was sitting next to me, and I look over to Brian. I said, "You remember this conversation you made in 1994 about, I think I can guard you, I can shut you down, I would love to play against you? Well, you about to get your chance."
You had to be extremely careful talking to Mike at any times, and wouldn't you know it, when Jordan returned, he got the chance to prove Brian Russell wrong on the ultimate stage. The 1997 finals gave us the best of the best, the 69-win Chicago Bulls and the 64-win Utah Jazz. With John Stockton and Karl Malone searching for their first title, Game 1 of the 97 finals was as close as they could come, and tied late, Karl Malone was fouled.
9 and 2/10 seconds to go. See the numbers right there.
Fuck you, Carl. Bitch ass missing.
Yes, in Game 1 of the finals, Malone gave us an all-time choke with 2 missed free throws. Now Michael Jordan had the ball with a chance to win.
Y'all Google that shit.
Play moves on Russell. We're down to 2.
Fuck you, Russell.
Here's Jordan.
A game-winning buzzer beater over Brian Russell himself. You can't make this up, only it gets so much worse for Brian Russell. In Game 5 of the 97 finals, we had the infamous flu game, where Mike either had the flu, was hungover, or was literally poisoned by Utah fans, depending on who you ask. In this game, no matter what Mike was struggling with under 30 seconds to go, game was tied, ball was in his hands.
10 on the shot clock. Pippen making one a set. Here's Jordan.
Jordan connected on a huge 3. The Jazz would miss their chance to tie it up on the other end. And now in Game 6, the Bulls could close this out and win the championship. And while Michael Jordan didn't hit the shot himself,
Checks the clock. 5 on the 24. Here's Jordan. Did not have the shot. 5 seconds remaining.
so in the 1997 finals in general, with his first chance to get revenge over Russell, Mike would average 32.3 points per game. The next highest scorers on the Bulls were Scottie Pippen with 20 a game and Tony Kukoc with 8. And Mike also gave us 3 clutch moments in one finals. You'd think this would be enough, but his revenge continued, as in the 1998 finals, the Bulls and the Jazz were matched up again. The Jazz took Game 1, and so facing a 2-0 series deficit. With under a minute left in Game 2, we again had a tie game.
I mean,
pull up 3. No, got his own rebound. Michael hits it, and Chicago reclaims the lead.
Okay, but I was gonna say, you don't get like teams going up against one another, and unless it was like, was it the Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors? I believe that was the last time, if I'm not mistaken, that something like that happened. But you don't get those a lot. I mean, the Mavericks and Heat had it, but they were like 5 years apart. Still had the 2 main stars, Dirk and D Wade, though. But yeah, you don't get that a lot. I think it's pretty cool when you have those kind of rematches in the finals.
Would close this game out with free throws. But still, his most iconic moment was yet to come. Because here we are, Game 6, and now with just over 40 seconds to go, the Jazz are up 3 when
Pippen into Jordan. Michael working on Russell.
Now the Bulls are down 1, and Utah was trying to close this out.
Malone is doubled. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago, off from championship number 6.
Here we go.
Jordan.
This was not a push.
Chicago with the lead.
We just watched Michael Jordan take the ball down 3 in the NBA Finals, score, steal the ball, and make a game-winning jumper over Brian Russell in one of the greatest NBA moments of all time, as this ended a revenge arc, and Jordan never passed. He was the only Bull to touch the ball down by 3 for the rest of the game, and he secured a win. He secured a championship. His last shot as a Chicago Bull was to win the NBA Finals. Now, as we've seen, some of these stories span multiple generations, while some are nice and quick, and Xavier McDaniel's story is a quick one, but an outrageous one. The 1992 playoffs gave us one of life's rarest moments, a Game 7 for the Chicago Bulls, which took place in the second round against the New York Knicks. Now, early on in this game, Xavier McDaniel had a plan. If he could start a fight with Michael Jordan and get both of them thrown out, or at least get in Mike's head, the Knicks were almost guaranteed to win. McDaniel was quoted as saying, "I had to trash talk to the bullies so we can all gain confidence." And he said a lot more.
And I said something like, "Shut the f*** up." And Michael came over and said, "F*** you, X." I said, "F*** you, Mike." He said, "F*** you." I said, "F*** you back." I figure if I get Michael Jordan out the goddamn game, we still got Patrick Ewing.
I'm not sure why people felt the need to test Michael Jordan like this almost on a daily basis, but in return, McDaniel not only got a slap in the face from Mike also scored 42 points in a 29-point blowout Bulls win. So McDaniel's plan worked about as bad as any plan has ever worked before in the past, and the Knicks would actually let him go that offseason. Truly embarrassing, and to end this list, as you know, we have a top-tier moment. Because headed into the 1989 NBA playoffs, the Bulls had won nothing, and were actually the number 6 seed matched up against the number 3 seed Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs had one of Michael Jordan's unspoken targets on them in Craig Elo. And Jordan was used to being guarded by Craig.
Here's the thing. I know Craig Elo just because of the shot where he tries to block it and Jordan's hanging in the air, and after Elo's hand goes away, he shoots it, and it's the game winner. Elo falls to the ground like, we lost. Jordan's like, that's motherfuckers. So I know why, but I didn't know Elo was a fucking trash talker.
To play games with him. Elo was usually quiet during these matchups. I'm not sure what you can exactly say as someone is cooking you in that way, but Elo would make a grave error in Game 5 of this series. Now, this was a best of 5, so Game 5 was the deciding game here, and jumping into this, we can see with just over 10 seconds left, the Bulls are down 1 and need a basket.
11 seconds to go. In the middle of the floor, Jordan has it, and Jordan puts up a jumper and hits with 6 seconds to go. Jordan hits the basket.
Another clutch moment for Jordan, only on the other end.
Elo will inbound. He gets it into Nance, gets the ball back, drives to the hoop, lays it in with 3 seconds to go.
Craig Elo takes it strong to the basket, and in 1989, the Chicago Bulls are on the brink of losing in the first round of the playoffs. It is here where Craig Elo decides to speak for the first time. Remembering, I was kind of staring there alone with him at the top of the key, and he was in that famous grab the short stance, kind of bent over. I just said, like, "You're not going to score." And he kind of just turned and looked at me, grinned, and said,
after he hit his 33rd point, he was running down the court, and I kind of came down along beside him, and he was saying, "You can't guard me, you can't guard me."
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael
There it
at the
is.
foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win!
Now, I thought you weren't supposed to be feeling so well coming into today's game.
The shot from Michael Jordan.
That's the
all-time
shot.
iconic
That's what
moment.
kind of
And it was
started
here where
the
Jordan yet again
thing.
proved that this is what all-time legends are made of. As
Yep.
well, it would still take the Bulls until
The
1991 to
legend
win their
grew from
first
there.
championship. The seeds for those championship runs were planted with this shot. As we learned in this video, you should never, ever trash talk Michael Jordan.
Never.
And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are...
That was fucking cool, man. Fucking damn. Never trash talk somebody like that. That's why Reggie Miller called him Black Jesus. It's almost like he brings on this biblical type of God, how the fuck do you describe? How do you describe it? Like a biblical plague or some kind of shit. If you trash talk him, if you talk shit to him, you mock him, he gonna get your ass. And it's not just gonna be like, I'm just gonna get back and get you even. Nah, he's one of the motherfuckers that go up there and just continue pummel you into the ground until there is nothing fucking left. Like, damn. Jordan's a real one. This is why I say Jordan's a GOAT. Because everybody feared Jordan. That's why nobody wanted to talk trash to him. And those who did paid the price. Them and their teammates paid the price. That's why no one's fucking scared of LeBron James. Nobody's scared of him. Nobody's scared of him like that. When you have not when you just have one team, but when you have everybody in the fucking league afraid of your ass, not wanting to say one damn word to you, or telling everybody, don't shut the fuck up, don't say shit to him. That fucker's crazy. Don't fucking do it. Then you know that dude's fucking for real. Michael Jordan, there's death, there's taxes, and Michael Jordan just putting it down on somebody. Pause. Wait, that sounded a little sus. Death, taxes, and Jordan just annihilating somebody if you talk shit to him. Just a certified killer. You don't mess with guys like that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Like, there was a few stories in there that I saw in The Last Dance, and there were some other new ones I saw that were freaking crazy. Like, like, I think I knew the Nick Anderson thing, but the Kevin Garnett one was freaking Kevin Garnett. That was pretty good. But, yeah. Xavier McDaniels, I did not know about. I just knew that the Knicks were like the rivals in the when they're. I think it was like the second? No, the first. I think it was the first three-peat, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, man, shit. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know which one on the list was number one for you. Thank you guys for watching. Totally appreciate it. See you guys in the next video.